So something that hasn't really come up on my channel before is my interest in Five Nights at Freddy's. I like it, a small amount, as you can tell. I've been a fan of it since 2014, when I was 10, and since then I've drawn the characters a lot of times. So for FNAF's 10-year anniversary, I thought it would be fun to go back and redraw some of my old FNAF art 10 years later. So let's get into it. Admittedly, I couldn't find a lot of art from 2014, or maybe I did and I just couldn't tell because I didn't ever write the dates on things. I'm 80% sure this first one is from 2014 though, since it's only characters from the first two games. As you can see, there's a lot to unpack here. We've got the puppet, drawn from memory, I assume. Got a dog thing, Toy Bonnie, and I think Toy Freddy playing monkey in the middle with withered Bonnie's face. And we have Chica and Toy Chica. I don't know what's up with Chica's arms or why they're a different color. I'm pretty sure I was trying to draw them like crossed, like she's kind of angry. And Toy Chica looks like she's about to drop the cupcake right on the floor. There's a lot of drawings here, and I could have done all of them, and I did sketch most of them, minus the dog thing, but I ended up going with the Chicas for the finished drawing. So one of the things I adjusted with this was giving them better poses. Toy Chica looks like she's not about to drop the cupcake anymore, and Chica, well, you can tell what she's doing now. Though I did struggle with her arm just as much as I did in the original. You can see how many times I redrew that stupid hand, but I did fix it in the end. I also went in and added a lot more lighting and shading, which wasn't there in the original because it was all markers on paper and I was 10, but I had a lot of fun doing the more dynamic lighting and shading on this one. And here it is. I'm pretty happy with the end result. I do kind of wish I had gone more into some of the other drawings on that page since I really like them as well. But this was really fun. It's been a bit since I've drawn both of them, and I haven't drawn Toy Chica much at all, so it was fun. So for the second drawing, we have Foxy and a security guard who's pointing the flashlight at the ground for some reason. This one I'm pretty sure is from 2016. I would need to double check it, but I can kind of see the date in the corner of this picture and it looks like a 16 to me. For the redraw, you'll notice I flipped the image from how it was in the original, and you can even see the text is backwards here because I was drawing it the same way as it was in the original, but I noticed a mistake. Foxy's eye patch and non-hook hand are on the opposite side of how I had them in the original. So instead of going in and adjusting all of that, I decided it would be easier to just flip the whole thing. The security guard is supposed to look kind of like Michael Afton since he's the guard in the first game, but I didn't know if I should do like normal Michael or post-sister location Michael since I've seen some conflicting timelines about which came first. In the end, I just went with normal though because it just seemed like a safer bet. Something else I changed was the direction of the flashlight, so now instead of pointing at Foxy's foot, it's pointing into his face. I think this works a lot better since it gets some dramatic lighting on Foxy's face, and also it makes more sense in-game since Foxy won't move if you're looking at him. So maybe here Michael is walking away from him and shining the flashlight in his face so he won't attack. I also added some posters to the background to make it more interesting. You'll see I did some little kids drawings, not based on any particular ones in the game. And I also did a version of the Celebrate poster, partially traced over, but definitely stylized. And here's the end result. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's my favorite of the bunch. I just really like the dramatic lighting, and I think the poses turned out really nice, and Foxy has a good likeness. Yeah. This one is from 2016, and I specifically remember drawing it on a school trip. I think it's supposed to be the Freddles, but designed after Fredbear, FNAF 1 Freddy, and Toy Freddy. And they look pretty cute in that sort of horrifying, nightmarish way that the Freddles look. For the Freddles, I kept their poses basically the same to how they were in the original drawing. I made some small adjustments to Toy Freddle, which you'll see once I start drawing him. I kept their withering and damages in the same place, like Freddy's missing eye and Toy Freddy's cracked eye, but I did clean up the mechanics and visible metal bits inside of them just so that they made more sense. Yeah, so Toy Freddy's pose was adjusted slightly. I also closed his mouth so there would be a little bit more variety between the three of them since they're all looking the same direction and all had their mouths open. So just a little bit of variety. I also made Fredbear's colors more accurate since in the original I didn't have the darker brown on his belly and muzzle, so I added that. And here it is, the last piece. I like this one. I think they turned out really creepy cute. I always liked that original piece. I remember being super proud of it when I finished it, and I still like it these years later, so it was really fun to give it a proper redraw. These designs, along with a lot of other FNAF and Wings of Fire and just general art stuff, is available on my RedBubble store. The link is in the description. If you're interested in any of that, feel free to give it a look. This video is definitely different from my usual stuff, but I thought it would be fun to branch out, and FNAF has just been a big part of my life for 10 years at this point, so I wanted to do something a little bit special to celebrate the big anniversary. General channel thing, I do have some other animations in the works, and hopefully I can get those done within a reasonable amount of time, so keep an eye out for any upcoming projects.